EA just released the final trailer for Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, which came out back in 2019, and it's revealed some pretty juicy details about what we can expect from the story, including some surprisingly cool locations from canon like the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. But that wasn't all, which I'm going to show you guys in a hot minute. And if you like this video and you think I deserve it by the end, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. So I was getting ready to put together a video talking about why I'm excited for the game because I really enjoyed Jedi Fallen Order back in 2019. Made an Architect reviews on that, by the way, if you guys didn't notice. And then the final trailer dropped, completely upsetting my plans for this video. So instead, I wanted to talk about why it's got me even more excited. First is the obvious reason. It looks like we're going to be going back to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, though we don't really know how or why. It looks like he's on board some kind of Imperial craft, one of the shuttles that we saw from the first game. So it seems like it might be under duress, but we'll just have to find out when the story comes out. And then there was another cool location that I didn't expect, a Federation core ship. Now, at first I thought this could be some kind of like Jedi Temple thing, but then later there was another shot of Cal fighting on top of the structure with a core ship in the background along with a new dude, that guy who looks like a buff Han Solo. So it definitely looks like we're going to be seeing some cool stuff that connects to the lore of the Star Wars universe, just like what we saw in the first game, which included a crashed Venator that we got to explore a bit for the story. But then it also looks like there's gonna be some kind of new mechanic revolving around teaming up with your crewmates. So there were a couple shots in there that showed off Cal fighting with the buff Han Solo dude, and then a couple other quick shots of Night Sister Marin and Cal fighting together, which is pretty cool. I'm glad that she's coming back in this second story. But it's got me kind of excited because this kind of gameplay is a bit of a change from the previous game, so I'm excited to see how this works, or maybe I'm completely off base on this. I'm not sure what you guys think. Let me know down in the comment section below. One other thing that really caught me off guard about the trailers though is how it kind of indicates that Cal drifted away from the rest of the crew, which is kind of strange because at the end of the first game, it seemed like all of them came together as a family, so I'm also interested to know why they separated after the first games, because Cal and the rest of the crew really grew on me more than I expected in the course of that original game. Maybe it was because it was my first single-player Star Wars experience, but it just felt to me that the characters were so relatable because Cal wasn't really that special of a person. He was just a Padawan who had to relearn his abilities and in the end realized that he wasn't the chosen one. All he could do was just try to make a difference, and to me that made him and the rest of the crew so much more relatable, which is why I'm rooting for them to play a bigger role in the future of the Star Wars franchise. As far as the overarching story, it looks like the Empire is only going to be kind of a side threat in this entire story, as the main big bad seems to be somebody completely unrelated who was perhaps captured by the Old Republic and put in stasis. Maybe that has to do with why Cal is going to some old Federation ships. Perhaps they're in kind of some refitting dock, or they're on some old Federation world where they were never destroyed. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's pretty clear that they're going to be some kind of big threat aside from the Empire to the rest of the Star Wars universe, as I would think Cal would still be focused on trying to do something with the rebellion if these new foes didn't show up. I guess it gives them a convenient reason as to why Cal hasn't shown up in Star Wars Rebels or The Mandalorian or any of the other shows. Again, though, still rooting for that crossover, please, please. As far as gameplay goes, I wish I could tell you guys about how it plays, but unfortunately I wasn't invited to any kind of event and I didn't get to play the game like some other people did. I'm not really that big of a YouTuber, so I'm not really holding it against them, but it just kind of leaves me in a position where I can't talk about that. It did look good, and from what I heard from people who did play it, it was very similar to the old game, but from what I'm seeing with this new trailer, there may be some things that they held back, like working together with other people, which is pretty exciting to me. I like that new dynamic, if there is such a dynamic. But if all we have is an improvement on the base game, I'm happy. I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It was a heck of a lot of fun, and I just jumped back into the game today to kind of refresh my memory on how it played, and I still loved it, man. It's challenging on Grandmaster, but dang is it satisfying when you get the kill. Jedi Survivor is coming out on April 28th of this month, so I'm looking forward to doing some more content on my channel. So if you guys want to see more stuff like that, you guys know what to do. Otherwise, you can also see me over on my Twitch channel where I might play it live. See you guys in the next one.